Well, Huntsville is projected to be the largest city in Alabama soon. Ariana Willoughby finds out what this will mean for our local businesses.
Hotels are popping up all over the city of Huntsville, and pretty soon there will be more. Rocket City plays host to many events, from business conferences to concerts. Huntsville is becoming a premier destination for out-of-towners, so more people are booking hotel rooms.
We do have the state's largest tourist attraction with the U.S.-based Rocket Center, and also Botanical Gardens is in that top 10, as well as Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. So we have a lot of attractive attractions.
As events move back to full capacity and vaccines become readily available, people are willing to get out and travel. Right now, there are around 665 available hotel rooms in downtown Huntsville, and that's not enough. Leaders want to bring that number up to 1,300.
From a marketing perspective, it's really important to have enough rooms within walking distance of our major convention center, the Von Braun Center.
These new hotels are not only great for visitors, but residents too. People who live in Huntsville will see the economic benefit on their bottom line.
Each household saves over $700 a year by these outside dollars coming into our hotels and for the lodging tax as well as the liquor tax. So it really benefits everyone that lives here.
Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, and Hampton Inn and Suites are all interested in building in Huntsville. Each location brings with it restaurants, coffee shops, and bars. The president of the Huntsville Madison County Convention and Visitors Bureau says we won't have to wait much longer for these hotels to open.
And then the Hampton Inn and Suites will be opening later this year or possibly early next year.
Putting the Valley first, Ariana Willoughby, WZDX News.